I've been out of the loop recently. I've been abroad, away, out of the country, busy, just not really up to date with anything that's going on. I received an email from a long-term viewer of mine suggesting Nene Royal, who is apparently blowing up in the YouTube reaction space right now. Apparently I'm a bit late to the party, but better late than never. I've never heard of this person. I don't watch America's Got Talent, and we will be watching her America's Got Talent audition. She's singing Zombie by the Cranberries. Nene is a 16-year-old rock musician from Thailand.
Hello, how are you? What is your name?
My name is Nene.
How old are you? Where are you from?
I'm from Phuket, Thailand.
Oh, my favorite place! My favorite place.
I'm 15 years old, and you know, tomorrow's my birthday, so I'll be 16.
Oh, happy birthday!
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
She's got quite almost like a husky voice, right?
I started playing guitar since I was 7, and my biggest dreams is like I really want to be a superstar on tour.
Yes. Have you ever been on a stage like AGT?
Like, this is the biggest stage for
So
my
it's the
life.
first time that you're in a stage like this?
Yes.
Are you a little bit nervous?
I'm very nervous a little bit, but like, you know, it's my dream to be AGT.
Who did you came with?
So today I came with my father. He's very supporting me.
Thank you.
Okay, we're ready for you. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Quite a memorable last day as a 15-year-old before hitting the sweet 16. So let's see how it is. I never get this problem here with hair all in the face. Okay, I mean, I'm actually really curious to see how this plays out. I have some initial thoughts, so let's just quickly go over them before carrying on with the song. Yeah, quite a few initial thoughts. It's interesting that now she started singing, if I'm not mistaken, she has stopped playing the guitar. Yeah, her hands are here. We don't really hear the guitar, of course. We have a backing track. So one question I'm wondering is, will this be a recurring theme? When she sings, she stops playing guitar, and then in between the singing, we might get some, you know, heavier guitar. The singing right now seems quite calm. Will it gradually grow? Obviously, when she came in with that initial scream, the first vocals, that certainly was not calm, but I'll get to that in a bit. I recently, just 2 weeks ago actually, I did this song as a karaoke. I was getting really into the yodels, so I'm eagerly anticipating some yodeling in this, perhaps. And before you comment, oh no, Zombie doesn't have yodels. Yes, it does. By definition, a yodel is the rapid alternation between chest and head voice. Nene is singing a semitone up from the original, so a little bit higher. But the original, a little bit lower. So yeah, Nene is a tiny bit higher. It still seems a bit low for her, maybe just because she's a young girl. But this song is all about, you know, the belted chorus that might come later on. So yeah, we'll kind of see what happens here. And she does have this natural husk to her voice that I quickly mentioned when she was doing her speaking at the start. Which really gives it a bit of a naturally airy quality, especially when sung lower down, or at least when sung lower down. If you've seen my videos before, you'll know that I do love an airy voice. Okay, and now let's get to the main thing before we carry on. The shock factor of this. Yeah, I mean, wasn't expecting that. Their faces in the audience, funny. Seeing a girl come onto the stage and then doing that. I mean, the title is 16-year-old Nene Royal is shy until she starts singing Zombie. I can now see why. One thing I am always curious about is when these performers use a backing track, but they don't start with the backing track. If you have a backing track, you have a clear cue when to come in. Nene did not start with the backing track. She just started playing guitar. Lovely alternation between the rhythmic bass, dum 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 dum, but then also you have the melody in there. But yeah, she's coming on guitar and then the backing track comes in at perfect time. I always wonder how that works. But yeah, that aside, the shock factor of her first sung note here. This scream straight into the headbang. Immediately, as a viewer, we are just captured. It almost does not matter what happens for the next, I don't know, 5-10 seconds, just because we're getting over the initial shock. Let's carry on and see what the rest of the performance has in store. If you enjoy these videos, please consider supporting me. You can buy me a coffee or hot chocolate, join our Patreon for loads of additional content that's not available on YouTube, or become a YouTube member for these groovy emojis and membership badges. All options are linked below, and a special thanks to everyone on the screen. Back to the video. Simon's interested.
It's not me, it's not my family. In your head, they are fighting with their ties and their bombs and their bombs and their guns. In your head, they are crying. Sing with me, come on. What's in your head? In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. Hey, hey, what's in your head? In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. Hey, yeah.
Watching everyone in the audience, including her own dad, it just makes you happy, right? It's very cool, very unexpected. She has a lot of stage presence. Earlier, I was talking about the chorus, how you know, she starts off with this airy voice, and the song really is about the chorus later on. Yeah, she's moved away from the airy voice, power. No yodels, though, which I was really looking forward to. But no, that's fine, of course. The song is known for its yodels, for that really interesting way of singing. But in this style that Nene is doing, yeah, it's probably for the best to not have any yodels in there.
Come on, what's in your head?
I couldn't imagine going from that into yodeling, you know? Earlier, I was asking, is she going to be playing guitar while singing? Yeah, she does do that here at this moment. So we have these rapid power chords, which are so typical of metal or hard rock. I was following along with them, you know, I'm watching her playing, thinking about how they're very important rhythmically, the harmony too, but then she stopped playing for a little bit, and I was thinking, oh, maybe a guitar riff will come in, or some sort of, I don't know, manipulated melody. I wasn't expecting what does happen.
Sing with me, come on, what's in your head?
These high energy screams and getting the audience to participate like that. Yeah, there's something about it. It's charisma, stage presence, fair play. And I mentioned I was listening out for the harmony, so the harmonic structure of the song, or in other words, which chords you use. Often when people do covers of songs, they will make it their own. So either by changing the style or the genre, or by changing the rhythms, the time signature, or the instruments, or the harmony. And changing the harmony is one of the, maybe the more difficult things to do, but it's one of the most sure ways to make it your own. Changing a chord here or there, turning it from major happy to minor sad, can just transform the feel of a song. Nene has decided to keep the exact same chord progression. I wasn't sure what to expect, honestly, when she first started with that initial scream. Even with the guitar introduction, straight away we know that she is going to be significantly transforming the song, making it her own. So it wouldn't be outside the realms of possibility if she were to change the harmony as well, but no, she's kept the harmony the same and keeping the same chord pattern. It makes sense to me. You know, she's changed the style so much. She's done this unique and different vocal approach as well. Keep the harmony the same. At least everyone's then familiar with it. They can sing along and at the same time enjoy all of the differences that she has done. It's really, really cool to see. Let's carry on with the song and finish it up. That's it. Sorry, I paused just before the end, but how was I to know? Yeah, I mean, really cool. I guess let's see what the judges have to say about it. Look at her dad as well. Must be a very, very proud father.
I loved it, Howie.
You are such a surprise in the energy and the rock and roll. You are a rock star, young lady. You really are.
Surprise is the key word here. I think we're all thinking it. Maybe not for you. Maybe you already have seen her and maybe that's how you found this channel and why you're watching this video right now. But yeah, anyone for the first time who doesn't know anything about her, all I knew, like I said in the introduction, was that she was a rock musician from Thailand. When I think of rock, I don't think of that. To me, that's much more, you know, like hard rock or metal. We're not going to be pernickety with all the different genres and subgenres. But yeah, a surprise.
To see you're only 15, you've got really good vocal control and you can kill it on the guitar. You're like a match made in heaven. You're brilliant.
Yes.
Thank you.
Your tone of your voice, it was like really authentic. And even the fact it was all a bit messy actually made, for me, the audition really good.
Thank you.
Really good.
Simon, I guess he's so big for a reason, right? He has an eye or an ear for these things. Authentic. If I didn't use that word, I think I said unique. But maybe Simon's copying my thoughts here. Stop copying me, Simon. Interesting as well how he says it's a bit messy. How I interpret that, again, is just because of the surprise element. I actually think the performance was quite well structured, well thought out, with the contrast between the quieter sections where she's singing and not playing guitar. And then when both are together, it suddenly becomes a bit heavier. So I think that's what he means by messy. I think it was a very well structured performance.
We're gonna vote. Howie?
Yeah, not quite how.
Yes, 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 all the way. Yes.
Thank you.
Simon?
100% yes.
Thank you.
You have 4 yeses.
Well, there we go. Yeah, surprise of the year, I think. Thank you to my long-term viewer for emailing me about Nene. I've literally been so out of touch with everything. So yeah, sorry I'm late to the party. But as always, firstly, thank you for watching, especially if you made it this far. Let me know if you want to see more Nene, if we should continue her journey here on the channel. The best way to let me know is by liking this video. The more likes I get, the more I know you want to see more of this artist. Of course, I like to see loads of comments down below. So comment this emoji like you see on the screen now. Really cool, that one. I'm going to stop there now, listen and watch this a few more times, and hopefully see you in the next one.